Hey there, welcome to yet another episode of The Shift with Mercy Valarie. It's such an honor to see you being part and parcel of this growing community. So whichever part of the world you're watching this from rather, I'd like to welcome you once again. Thank you for being part and parcel of this community. And if you have not subscribed, I'd like to encourage you to please go ahead and hit the subscription button so that whenever there are videos that we roll out, you'll be able to know which videos are there for you to be able to watch and of course get to grow and be transformed and be renewed so that you can be all that you are created to be and your best potential can actually come out. So let me know as well in the comment section what you'd like us to be handling in this particular channel. Plus, if you have any questions, anything you'd like us to handle in terms of the questions that you have, kindly also make sure that you put them in the comment section. I'm looking forward to reading your questions, looking forward to reading your comments. And like I told you before, look forward to great content coming in, lots of interviews that are lined up for you. And we're going to have a blast in this channel. All right. Now, today, I want to just discuss with you something that has really been in my heart. And I think this is a topic that many people do not take seriously. And this is one of the greatest assets that can change the life of an individual. And that is the asset of relationships. In case you're a student, in case you're a parent, whether you are a business person, in whichever sphere or strata you find yourself, relationships are key. I heard someone once say that you are just one relationship away from where you are meant to be. So getting to foster healthy and incredible relationships can transform your life, can transform your career, can transform your thought pattern, can shape the way you view things, can shape your perspective, can shape your attitude. So relationships are very, very vital and very, very key. And the right relationships for that matter. Okay? So today, I want to share with you some few points why we need to connect with people and of course, connecting with the right people. So like I mentioned, whether you're a student, whether you're a business person, whether you're a parent, in whichever strategy you find, whether you're a media personality, a content creator, whichever place you find yourself, whether you're a doctor, in whichever field, you need relationships, okay? Now, so the first point, why do we need to foster good relationships? Why do you need to connect with people? Is number one, you need to connect with people to strengthen relationships. Remember that you are not an island. You need people around you to be able to get to where you need to be. So one of the reasons why you need to connect with other people is to strengthen relationships. Relationships are an investment. And every single time you invest somewhere, you expect a return. You expect an ROI, a return on investment. Relationships also have a return on investment. So it depends with you as an individual. You need to, if you're not connecting with people, then you need to start connecting with people. And connecting with people is not dependent on your personality. Whether you're a choleric, a sanguine, a phlegmatic, or a melancholic, that is not an excuse. You need to know how to foster and how to create and build relationships. And once you build those relationships, you make sure that you keep on building and strengthening those relationships. It's like a bank account. Every single time you put money in the bank account, of course the money increases and you expect to have a withdrawal. It's the same thing with relationships. That every single time you connect with someone and you keep on reconnecting and you keep on nurturing that relationship, then most definitely it's going to grow stronger and stronger. That's number one. Number two, we connect with people to earn trust. I heard the other day that trust is given, mistrust is earned, and not vice versa. The only way that we can get people to trust us is when we connect with them. And I heard Jude Maxwell say that when you connect with anyone, he gives them a 10 over 10. And it's up to them to prove to me or to prove to him that the person was wrong by either reducing the 10 over 10 to a 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So whenever you can only trust a person by actually extending that trust to them. The only way to trust a person is to trust them, and then let the party or let the person be the one to prove you wrong, that indeed the trust was not worth it. So remember, we connect with people so that we can earn their trust. And you cannot do business without trust. You cannot be in school without trusting your lecturers. You cannot be a parent, without trusting your children, and vice versa. So trust is very, very key. Number 3 is to position them properly, to position people properly. We connect with people to position them properly, especially if you are in a work environment. The only way that you can know a person's potential, a person's skills, is by connecting with the person. When you connect with people, especially in the work environment or whichever sphere you find yourself in, then you get to find their giftings, their talents, their skill set, and that way you're able to position them correctly in whichever field they need to be. Okay. Number 4, we connect with people to create clear expectations of what they need to accomplish. So this is also in the work environment, but not even in the work environment alone, even at home environment, whichever environment you find yourself in, there are expectations. If I'm in a relationship with you, and it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be a relationship where it's a man and a woman, okay? It can be any kind of relationship. Relationships have expectations. There are expectations. So what do you demand from me, and what do I demand from you? Iron sharpens iron. If I'm going to connect with you, I made up my mind that if I'm connecting with anyone, then they have to benefit from this relationship, and I have to benefit as well. So don't ever go into any kind of relationship where the other party is gaining and you're not gaining, or where you're the one gaining and the other party is not gaining. That's a very kind of skewed and selfish relationship. So ensure that whichever relationships you're entering into, there's always a responsibility from the other party and also from you. Okay. Number 5, we connect with people to determine capacity. And the only way to determine capacity is by getting to know who this person is. What is their capacity? How far can they stretch? What is their growth potential? What can they do and what can they do? It's very unfair to put expectations on an individual when you know they don't have the capacity, they don't have the skill set, they don't have the character that can be able to sustain the expectations you have from them. So one of the reasons why we connect with people is to determine their capacity. And once you get to know their capacity, then, like I mentioned earlier on, iron sharpens iron. Begin to sharpen each other. Begin to read books. Begin to go for seminars. Begin to go for trainings, So just ensure that you are expanding your reach and expanding your capacity for other responsibilities, especially if you're working in organizations, but not necessarily working in an organization, even at the home front. Yes, it's important if you're a parent, if you're a student, to expand your capacity. If you're an employee, expand your capacity. Number 6, we connect with people to discover strengths. The only way to determine a person's strengths is to connect with the individual. When you get to connect with the individual, you're able to know this is how far they can go and this is their limit. So you're able to discover the person's strengths and the person's abilities. And like I mentioned, that's the only way you're able to give them roles and responsibilities, and don't expect too much based on their strengths and based on their capacity. So I'd like to encourage you to begin to connect with people, real connection with people. Get to find out who people are and where they are at, and foster relationships that are lasting and that are meaningful.